Okay, so we didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. We are here to tell you how this is just about to begin. You're welcome to the Men's Voice Podcast here with me, Kwabna Bibini Berima. You can call me DJ Fuad, the public enemy who hates no one. Yes, we are still on Sarkodie Yvonne Nelson's saga, all emanating from Yvonne Nelson's book, I Am Not Yvonne Nelson, and Sarkodie coming out to respond, to tell his side of the truth with a song titled Try Me. You can go and stream it on YouTube or any other platform to hear Sarkodie's side of the story. After Sarkodie came out, a lot is coming out. We are seeing the worst Yvonne Nelson can do or will want to do, her intentions and all of that. I've already said that Yvonne Nelson is mentally, psychologically broken. You understand? And should have been prevented from coming on social media, but it is what it is. Now, people are saying that Sarkodie has insulted womanhood, Sarkodie disrespected womanhood, and all of that. So we are here to put the record straight. The Sarkodie say something that Yvonne Nelson has never said before, or the Sarkodie disrespect womanhood, or is Sarkodie somebody who don't respect women in particular? That's what we are going to look at. And also, people are now saying that what Yvonne Nelson is doing is going to bring Sarkodie's career to an end, because now Yvonne Nelson is on a mission to contact people all over the world that Sarkodie has had sexual affair with. Would that affect Sarkodie's career, his personality, the respect people have for him? That is what we are going to answer here, and many, many more. And also to know, when a man and a woman engage in sexual interaction or intercourse or whatever it is, how does it affect both of them differently? We are going to look at all of this, give you an answer. So if you are on and you've been able to come to this far, please click on the subscribe button if you have not done that already, so that YouTube will also push this video to other people to learn. You know, when it comes to Blacknificent Media, if it's not going to change someone somewhere, we don't do it. We don't say it. Plus, don't forget to leave your comment. And let me say, I salute all of you people who are now writing your comments. I really appreciate it. You new subscribers and you day one people on Blacknificent Media, I salute all of you. One day I will do a video just acknowledging all of you subscribers here. So now let's go into the story. Now, our dear sister Yvonne Nelson yesterday, 2 days ago, came out accusing Sarkodie, 1, of lying, 2, of disrespecting womanhood. And now that is the next thing that is going on. But the truth of the matter is that Sarkodie insults womanhood. The Sarkodie insult womanhood. That's the first thing that we're going to look at right now. And that's why I introduced the show with Sarkodie's song, Take It Back. So you can go and check that song. And I'm also going to play a bit of Sarkodie, some of Sarkodie's songs, to let you go in the lane, a memory journey with Sarkodie's journey as a human being. To understand, people are also saying that most of the songs that he's been singing, raps he's been doing, he's jabbing Yvonne Nelson. And I'm going to prove people wrong. That this is somebody who was also vulnerable, just like Yvonne Nelson, just like me. Was not living with the father, not living with mother, and life was so tough. Go and listen to Sarkodie's Mile 7. And you realize that the two of them were not different. Plus, you, Yvonne Nelson, you were older than Sarkodie. This is where I want people to understand. Look, A 25-year-old woman and a 25-year-old man. The woman is at her highest value when it comes to relationship than a 25-year-old. But Sarkodie was not even at 25. He was 22. You understand? So the issue of you a 25-year-old woman, a 22-year-old man have an affair with you. You claim you went to the hospital. She took you to the hospital. He took you to the hospital. Didn't come to the hospital to see you, and because of that, you are mad. For me, that is a sheer issue of irresponsibility and lack of accountability. A human being refusing to accept accountability and also actually looking at their life. Okay? Looking at their life. And seeing where they are, where they've started from, the fight that they've been fighting, where they are. Okay? First, you were older than the guy. 2, you had more resources than the guy. 3, you are all almost from the same background. And Sarkodie has been singing about street life, street ghetto love, and all of that. How guys who have not built themselves can date certain class of women. So this is not new. Sarkodie didn't start singing about a hypothetical affair with someone else using other characters or himself. Sarkodie started those things way before 2010. And Sarkodie's song Push is a typical example of what I'm talking about. Okay? But because we are a generation and a people of selective justice, selective hearing, we choose to close our eyes on all of those informations. Okay? We decide to close our eyes on all of those facts and informations available. But as far as we are concerned at the Blacknificent Media and the Men's Voice Podcast is concerned, we are going to give you all the facts. If Sark has raped Yvonne Nelson, that would be a different ballgame altogether. Sark did not rape her because of the YouTube organisms. Sometimes when you use the word rape, they flag it. So when you hear me say grape, that's what it stands for. Sarkodie did not grape her. As a matter of fact, now that she wants to spill all beans, we are also going to treat her like we treat our fellow men. Now, you gravitated towards Sarkodie according to the book. You say you gravitate towards musicians. That makes you a groupie. That makes you a groupie. And I always say that in life, anything you enjoy, you pay for it. You enjoy having him at a time. Sarkodie enjoy having Yvonne Nelson at a time. Today, they are both paying for it. And that's one of the lessons that both of us, all of us should learn. Whether you are a celebrity or not, what is happening to Sarkodie can happen to you. Okay? Now, let's go into Yvonne Nelson's tweets. The first one says that, and would you have readily agreed for me to keep a pregnancy when you were in a serious relationship with another lady who would become your wife? Your street line is played out. You see, you are happy to tag Sarkodie to be a street guy. Okay? You are happy to tag Sarkodie to be a street guy. But when Sarkodie says it, it's a crime. Double standard. Hypocrisy. Okay? 2. Who says that in Ghana, a man has no right to marry more than 2 wives? We have laws that allow us to do that as men. So that is below the belt. It's out of the argument. Yvonne, find something else to say. The moment the song came out, this is what you could write, asking whether he was ready to agree for me to keep it there. You can keep now, Yvonne Nelson. So today, we are here to do logical reasoning. Yvonne Nelson is saying that Sarkodie, this should tell you that Sarkodie objected to the abortion of the baby. So now that Sarkodie came out with the song, Yvonne Nelson is asking that, would you have readily agreed for me to keep the pregnancy when you were in a serious relationship with another lady who would become your wife? Meaning that Yvonne Nelson is saying that the only time you give birth to someone or with someone is when they have married you or you are married to them. Well, I would have said yes, but you, Yvonne Nelson, your life choices after Sarkodie shows that that is not the case. You have a child now. You are not married to the child's father. Sarkodie himself gave birth before marrying. So what are you talking about? It's neither here nor there. She's just using the straw man's argument. Strong argument. Yvonne Nelson has no point to diffuse those points. So what would she do? She used what we call straw man's argument in logic and logical reasoning and critical thinking by raising a weak argument and then break those weak arguments, attack them, because the strong arguments Sarkodie has raised, Yvonne Nelson cannot stand them. Yvonne Nelson cannot say anything about them. Therefore, she raised a weak argument and attack it. And then it will sound as she's making sense in the minds of people whose logic and critical thinking is low. Let's move on to the next post that Yvonne Nelson did after Sarkodie came out. Michael, you claim I was desperate to abort because I needed to complete school. In 2010, when I became pregnant, I had completed the university. Anybody can verify this. I wasn't in school, and you know it. If you want to lie, find a logical lie. Look at someone that is talking about logic. So, let's also find out from Yvonne Nelson's own book what she said about why she has to abort the baby. And let's find out if that was Sarkodie's idea to abort the baby. Let's project it bigger on the screen. That is a portion of the book where Yvonne Nelson was addressing why she cannot keep the baby. And Yvonne Nelson saying that she was not in school. That's a day after Sarkodie has released his song. A day after Sarkodie released the song, Yvonne Nelson is saying that she was not in school. She has completed. Now, that leads us to another video that I will do as to whether Yvonne Nelson wrote the book, if she used a ghostwriter, which is allowed. Did she read through the book? Or has she read after the launch? That just after 2 weeks launching it. Now let's read from the book. Yvonne Nelson is saying that she has completed school at the time when she was pregnant. Now let's read from the book. I must admit, it was a tough year. I was in my final year at the university. Listen, Yvonne Nelson is telling Sarkodie that she was not in school when she got pregnant. But let's read from her book. I must admit, it was a tough year. I was in my final year at the university. I was banned from acting, number one. Number two, I was pregnant, number three. Definitely was not prepared to host another human being. Ladies and gentlemen, It is at this time that she know that she has effed up. You were saying one thing in your tweet that you were out of school in your book. And if there's any place to confirm whether Yvonne Nelson was in school or was out of school, and whether Sarkodie was lying or Yvonne Nelson is the one lying, it is the book. The book is the most authentic. And when it comes to Sarkodie, the song is the most authentic source for us to verify which is true and which is not. And now Sarkodie came to say that I wanted you to keep the baby, but you gave me an excuse that you are in school. And if you are in school, you can't keep the baby. Then, minutes after the song was released, and Sarkodie saying this, Yvonne Nelson come to write that, no, you lied, I wasn't in school. Now the book says that I must admit. It's like the Bible. When Jesus is going to say something that is serious, says, truly, truly, I tell you that. He said, I must admit. Yvonne Nelson is admitting in her own book that it was a tough year. I was in my final year at the university. That's the time she got pregnant. I was banned from acting. I was pregnant and definitely was not prepared to host another human being. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need to talk too much. Yvonne has exposed herself. And it could be two things. It's either she lied in the book or the book is the truth. And for now, I'm holding the book to be the truth. Then the third reason could be she's not okay psychologically, which I pray she get well. She get the healing that she needs. She get the love that she wants and get well. Okay? Now, let's continue. Let's continue with the tweets. Then Yvonne Nelson went ahead to give another jab. In my book, I narrated how you got me pregnant, how you couldn't wait for me to get rid of it, how you drove me to have an abortion. As usual, you want to use rap to rubbish a pain a young woman felt. We both have daughters. Let's see what life throws at them. See, Yvonne, let me tell you, I was born in the same year you were born. And I've done a video saying that if the children who were born in the 1980s decide to come out, some of our parents will commit suicide. Okay? But look, the fact that you have a girl child and Sarkodie have a girl child doesn't mean they will all have the same fate in life. It is the choices Sarkodie and his wife chooses for their daughter which will determine up to 90% how she will end up in life. You didn't stay with your father. Your mother, whom you know up to date, didn't give you the attention you needed. Sarkodie didn't stay with the father. Sarkodie didn't stay with the mother. Sarkodie's wife didn't stay with the mother. Sarkodie's wife didn't stay with the father. But guess what? They were able to date. They were able to date and think and say that, look, Michael, Tracy, we didn't come from a home that everything was together. We can't repeat that mistake. Let's make sure that we have everything together for our daughter. So now, these are people who have almost the same background. The only difference between Sarkodie and you, Yvonne Nelson, Sarkodie's wife and you, Yvonne Nelson, is that you have never seen your father before, which is sad. The last time I saw my father, my biological father, I was 4 years. I didn't see him again till today. Okay? But I've forgiven my mom. I've moved on. Okay? You couldn't. And I don't hold it against you. But to say that Sarkodie has a daughter and let's see what life throws at them, it's kind of a threatening or a threat. But what I'm saying is that enkusiaga, as Kokuche will say, kenke hunukwa. It's not going to go anywhere. Life is about the choices you make. Now let's move to the next chapter. People are saying that, oh, Sarkodie, now what Yvonne has done is going to affect Sarkodie's career, is going to affect his life and all of that. Let me tell you, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. I can tell you that Yvonne only wanted that feeling, that happiness that comes with being around a celebrity. At the time, she was jumping from one celebrity to another. Look at from 2010 up to 2013, the number of musicians that she hung out with. And maybe you didn't believe that Sarkodie would blow like this. Let me show you. This is Sarkodie before and after. This is a guy who always used to say that he was going to make it. So this guy knew himself. He believed in himself. And for those of you saying that Sarkodie has been jabbing Yvonne, Sarkodie has been jabbing Yvonne, please. Sarkodie is not jabbing Yvonne. Sarkodie have been talking about street life. Sarkodie have been talking about street life way before Yvonne came into the scene. Okay? Sarkodie has been talking about street life, how ghetto boys, hustlers find their love, and the fact that if you are a poor guy, if you're a hustler, there are some girls you cannot date. He also talks about teenage pregnancy. You understand? And at the time, both of you were not teenagers. You understand? So listen to this song. He's talking about if you're a girl, if you get pregnant and you have to give birth, the doctors will be telling you push, push, push. So this guy has been talking about pregnancy since Adam was a virgin. But we decide to say that, oh, he was jabbing Yvonne. Why? Is Yvonne the only woman he has had an affair with? No.
My niggas on the block here. Go to the palm, really. It's one time for your mind. J-So, really. And my niggas on the block here. Go to the palm, really. It's one time for your mind. Now, 1, 2, 3, break it down, y'all. Where y'all about? I'm gonna find you inside. Push, push, push.
Hold on right there. So, this is 2008, for crying out loud. Now, Sarkodie is going to lose respect. Sarkodie is going to lose respect. Sarkodie didn't treat Yvonne like a woman. Did Yvonne treat Sarkodie like a man or a human being? No. Sarkodie and Yvonne herself said that he should respect womanhood. That's quite funny. Sarkodie should respect womanhood. Sarkodie did not say anything that Yvonne has never said about any woman in this world, especially her own mom. If you have read the book like I have read, the only conclusion that we come to, why after almost 40 years, Yvonne mother cannot find the man who got her impregnated. Let's take rape aside. If she was gang raped, it will be difficult. But even that, just tell her, this is what happened to me. Your daughter will even have sympathy on you. But if you decide not to tell it, the next conclusion that comes is Yvonne mother was for the street. And for the street, in American slangs, street language, where it came from, means that a woman who has been sleeping around. And you, Yvonne, has described your mother as somebody who has been sleeping around in your book. Then somebody says it, and now, because you are looking for public sympathy, you now twist and turn and remove yourself and say that Sarkodie is shaming womanhood. Not even you. She makes it look like she has removed herself out of the equation and now bringing the anger of other women onto Sarkodie. It won't fly. It won't fly. You insulted womanhood. You disgraced womanhood. You disrespected womanhood. You actually describe your mother as somebody being in the street. And if Sarkodie says it, there's nothing wrong with that. This is logic and critical thinking. Now, people are saying that if Sarkodie knew that she was for the street, why did she sleep with her raw? Because we do selective logic, we do selective hearing. Sarkodie said it was after their encounter that she realized that she's for the street. And now, let's go to accountability 101. If you were denied a father, your mother even didn't give you the attention you want, and you want a companion, do you go for another street person, someone, a hustler? You go for someone who has had a bit of a soft life. Okay? Responsible, out of the media landscape, so that the two of you can complement each other like the yin and yang. But what did you do? You went for a street person and you were expecting a street person to treat you like a bank manager, like a lawyer, like a teacher. No, you don't. That's what Sarkodie says, that accept your responsibility and stop putting your failures on other people. That's the only way you can move on in life as a human being. What Yvonne has been through is painful. You have no idea. I have tasted what she has been through in a different way. Mine was even worse. The only thing that makes her worse than me is that she never saw her father once in her lifetime. I did. Just when I was 4 years. Okay? Now, let's come to the male and female dynamics when sexual encounters happen. 1, we are not the same. 2, sex affects us differently. 3, we get different benefit from sex. 1, sexual encounter between a man and a woman is a badge of honor for a man. Why? Because we men, we need to put in work to be attracted to a woman. A woman don't put in any work. She just needs to be pretty. And if you were born pretty, you are pretty. That's all. Dress up, and that's it. But we men, we need to work hard before we be qualified to be attracted by women. So having sexual encounter with a woman is a badge of honor for a man. But even that, as Ghanaians and Africans, we are trained to respect women. So even that, because of that, when we have access to women, we don't go about talking about it. So Sarkodie said that I have decided to keep this thing to myself to my grave. But you, a woman, whose sexual past can cost you your most valuable relationships, decide to bring it out. And what do you expect? And then, I don't know whether Yvonne Nelson or all the people who are doing this feminism thing think that the fact that Sarkodie had sex with her, got her pregnant, and she had to abort it, which is her own decision, will affect Sarkodie's career, or people in Sarkodie's life are going to disrespect Sarkodie. No, Sarkodie's ranking is going to go high. His respect is going to go high. Why? Because even at the time that he was kind of a nobody, at this time, look at the picture on the left. Even at this time, he was able to attract somebody who was at her peak in fame as a celebrity. So it's a badge of honor for Sarkodie. So if you think that that is going to reduce whatever is Sarkodie, forget about it. The only thing that would have gone against Sarkodie was if Sarkodie raped her, forced himself on her. No. You were a groupie to him. So let's forget about that. So as a man, make sure you don't grape anyone. You don't force yourself on any woman any day. Don't go for underage women. Because especially when you were nobody, and then you know that you're going to be somebody, and then you go for somebody underage, then you marry your dream wife, and that person is struggling with relationship. They will come hard at you. They will use the Me Too against you. And that's what now Yvonne Nelson is trying to use against Sarkodie, trying to call all women around the world who have had sexual encounter with Sarkodie. Look, it's not going to do anything. The more Sarkodie's wife realizes the kind of girls he has had encounter with, the more Sarkodie's wife is going to respect Sarkodie. Because her husband, even in her lower times, was rocking with the best. And let's know this. Sarkodie was 22. Yvonne was 25. At that time, even if they were the same age, Yvonne, biologically, evolutionally, when it comes to sexual marketplace value, Yvonne had more value than Sarkodie. But Sarkodie, his craft was able to attract him. This is the guy. The guy is always in the known of his future. He likes drinking something. He likes sipping something. So even in his lower days, the guy was sipping his Coke. And today. So Sarkodie has been talking about his life. Talks about how he had nothing and one day he's going to get something. And now he has it. And I think that it's a sheer pain. It's a sheer jealousy when Yvonne Nelson sees Sarkodie posting her wife from beautiful vacation locations and places. She can't forgive herself. That's your loss. That's your L. And that's a W for Tracy. Okay? So please, as a man, don't do these things. Don't force yourself on any woman. Don't grape any woman. It will come against you later in life. Don't have any romantic affair with underage girl. Stay away from this and you go far. Respect women. But if a woman refuses to behave like a woman, treat her like a man. If a woman behaves like a man, treat her like a man. And henceforth, if you are a celebrity, you are a big man, if you are going in for any younger girl that you know might not end up in marriage, let them sign contracts. Write a contract for them. Write a contract for yourself. The terms and conditions that you want. If she wants to be in a relationship with you, she should sign. So that later on, if they want to publish a book and bring your name in it, you can sue them and take the book's money and chop. So, once again, Sarkodie did not insult Yvonne Nelson or womanhood. Sarkodie repeated what he knew, but decided to keep it to himself. But once you brought it out in a book, then he repeated it. That you are from the street. You understand? So please, guys, this is where we end tonight's show. This has been the Men's Voice Podcast. Another analysis on Yvonne Nelson and Sarkodie saga. I'll find time if I can come and do the aging process of a man versus the aging process of a woman. Okay? And why now Yvonne Nelson cannot see Sarkodie and compare Sarkodie to those days, and now she will go crazy. And why, as men, we should look at the aging process of ourselves and not rush in life with certain things. My name is Kwabena Bibini Berima. You can call me DJ Fuad.